Hi, everybody. It's Sherry, aka Bama Realist. I wanted to take a few moments to go over four important things that I think every loan signing agent should be doing prior to his or her appointment with a notary loan signing client or clients. So, you have probably done a few loans by now, or maybe you've gotten a lot of training under your belt, perhaps. You've gotten the necessary certificates for notary loan signing and so forth. And you just never really know when that first appointment or that next appointment, perhaps, if you've been closing loans for quite some time now. And I like to always just keep myself ready and kind of have a few things in mind so that the loan signing appointment closes as smoothly as possible. By the way, shout out to my BFF, one of my BFFs since senior high school, Tayama. Huge shout out to you. She always ensures that I work with some of the best loan signing clients. Thank you, Ty. So, you've accepted the appointment and you've confirmed it, whether it was via email, text, or what have you, but it is yours for the taking. One of the first things that I like to do is go over the specific instructions for that particular loan. And it actually is a nice blueprint to follow, anyways, actually. It will say things to you like call and confirm this with the borrower or borrowers ASAP. And that's always good to do. Just to remind them, for example, to have a legible photocopy of their ID before arriving at the signing. So it might also mention things like to print the documents all on 8.5 by 14-inch legal size paper. Those types of things are so important before you even bother to set out on any appointment. It has to be in order so that you're accurately paid and that everything goes off without a hitch. It may say sign the documents in all black ink. Things like that are crucial. For example, are you going to have the black pens available, or you can even tell the borrowers to have the black pens available, especially during this particular season of our lives. It might be better and more sanitary for the borrowers to have their own black ink pens if possible. But you always want to have your own just in case. It may say other important things like special specifics for the loan. These type of specifics might be things like, please explain the direct debit form to the signer. If they agree, please have them complete the form in its entirety. And this would be something like for the actual mortgage payment, for example, to be directly debited in the future from their particular checking or savings account. In which case, if it's a checking account, you would also likely have to attach a voided check to the loan packet. So those types of specifics can be very important and to just kind of grasp and be versed on before you get going and well under your way with this. It might say things like, what else? It might say that's important. It may direct you to actually contact the title company or versus calling the loan officer should you run into any problems during this loan signing. For example, if there's a question that the borrower is not quite grasping or something that a loan officer should be actually explaining to the borrower versus you in a notary role. Now, my particular background in banking branch management allows me to know a lot of what the documents are disclosing. However, as a notary, it is important to remain in a notary loan signing agent role for this type of activity, in which case you would want to have the borrower speak back with his or her specific loan officer. Really sorry to get off on a tangent on that. I really only wanted to clarify that it might have an instruction like, please contact the title company before if there are any questions or concerns on behalf of the borrower. So, yeah, again, sorry to get off on a tangent on that one. Next, it might instruct you on something like to please contact the title company within 1 hour after closing the loan. A lot of times, the companies like to go ahead and check these loans off as having been closed. And so it might just be something as easily as just giving a quick phone call or going into the particular documentation system, noting that you have successfully closed the loan and submitted the packaging material. Next is one of my favorite parts, touching base with your borrower or borrowers. It is a great time to establish rapport, even get to know the borrower. A lot of times we can hear the tone of the borrower's voice, maybe even ask a few short questions or answer any questions that he may have about you, for example. So, this is a great time to do that. I always ask, even though the loan officer will definitely have previously asked in most cases whether they've been out of the country, especially to certain countries within the past 30 days, whether they have had contact with someone um, who has been ill recently, things of that nature, given the type of climate that we are in at this time, for example, on that note. And either way, I still just ask the questions myself. Have they been out of the country within the past 30 days? Have they been sick or around someone sick within the past 30 days? Things of that nature, just to get comfortable. And then I also tell them that I have not as well, so that they can also feel comfortable with me during the signing of the documents. I like to go over if they have any pets to please crate them. I have heard some loan signing agents say that they have done signings with pets running all around, but I am not one to do that for more reasons than one. So I always just remind them that if they have any pets, to please crate them and or secure them in an entirely separate area. So yeah, that is a really next huge step that I enjoyed going over, uh, touching base with them, clarifying who will be at the signing. It's just a great way to ensure that everyone is on the same page. The time is what everyone has agreed upon previously, the location even. So it's just a great time to confirm it's such and such address at such and such time and such date. So yes, definitely this is a next huge step and very important, touching base with your borrower. And the last portion of that is that I always give them my business mobile number so that should anything come up, they can certainly just text or phone me and likely arrangements can be made ahead of time. And number 3, this part here is very, very important, as are all 4 parts that I'm giving you. But you really want to become very versed with the documents that the borrower or borrowers will be signing. It's just very important. You may have, for example, if it's a VA loan closing, for example, you are dealing with probably anywhere from 115 to 150 page document stack. And so you definitely want to have gone through this particular packet. It can be anything as simple as 2 signatures were required on a particular document. Some notaries even go ahead and stamp their portion and sign their portion in an effort to allow the the loan closing process to flow a little more smoothly. So I have heard that some like to go ahead and have their portion stamped and signed and out of the way. But I don't necessarily flag certain parts on the documents because I try to stay in a tone that allows me to know to check and double check each piece of paperwork inside that loan packet. So if you find that stickies so that the clients can sign in a certain place or that you remember to sign in a certain place, if you find that they are helpful, then by all means get them and use them. But you probably would have as many as 60 on certain documents. So what I like to do is just make sure I'm going through each document very carefully, knowing what needs to be signed, who needs to sign it, and to ensure that this is done. And so that can take anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to an hour just to make sure that that portion of your loan, you're ready to go at the point of signing, that you have gotten your word tracking down and transitioning statements throughout the loan closing. So it is definitely very important to go through this huge stack in most cases for certain types of loan. Now, of course, certain modifications and other things that might need to be notarized, it may not be nearly half this type of size, but in most refinance cases, they are going to be very large and you want to pay attention to every point of detail. So that is why I don't necessarily place any stickers. I just want to be mindful of every particular signature, date, things of that nature, initials even, that have to be done on the documents. The fourth and final tip for this video is relax. You got this. Although the mortgage company, the loan officer, the title company, the clients, all parties involved, all applicable parties involved are certainly counting on you to make this happen, you simply need to relax. The borrowers or the clients just simply want to know that they have a friendly, upbeat notary loan signing agent assisting them to make their dreams come true. For example, that 2.5% interest rate that they are going to be able to save thousands and thousands with, or what have you, whatever is important to the borrower. They just want to know that you are that link that helps them seal this deal. So simply relax, handle things as they come so that you don't miss anything. It's important to just get all of the signatures, and it's very important to relax and enjoy your experience and what you bring to the table for making this all happen. And for making it all happen successfully, might I add. So as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please feel free to leave a comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.